How we doing? This JT at Rubber City Motoring. Kind of mentioned in an earlier video. I'm sitting in, this is like what I've been working on the past, like I feel like year off and on. Kind of like a office slash editing room slash storage, just sort of to get everything in one room. So I thought I'd film a video in here just to kind of get a feel for the acoustics, because it's all insulated. It's not done yet, but it's getting there, and also too, just because this is sort of a hands-on type product review here. I have some products from Bolt, and Bolt is, I don't know how to describe it. They make all sorts of locks basically, and this is their padlock. And what's super cool about it, this is my Trailblazer key. It goes into the bolt lock and it opens the lock. So I take my ignition key and it works right on their stuff. Pretty slick. So if you think of the possibilities with that, no extra key for this. If I want to put it on, whatever, my barn, anything where this padlock could go, just your normal ignition key. And I have a few more I'm going to show you here. So let me sort of flip the camera around. I'll show you how this all works. It's pretty clever. So as I said, this is the Bolt padlock. Runs about 20 bucks. It's on Amazon. I'll put a link below. You can get it to work with a lot of different manufacturers' keys. Ford, Chevy, GM products. I mean, I saw all sorts of stuff. I did not see Subaru on there, which I just checked because we have one Subaru here for my wife, but mine's been gone. But they come unprogrammed, as in when you put your key inside of it, that's when the magic happens. You're taking your key, you put it in there, and that's what programs it. And the thing that surprised me is you can't unprogram it. So once it's set to your ignition key, it's done. Now, I thought limitations with that, but then I was like, well, I guess how long do you have a key and how long do you have a car, and that sort of lock. So they do offer a program with them. boltlock.com is their website, where you can sort of get a discount on a replacement if you do get a new car. But if you're somebody that changes cars often, or you get new keys basically for your car or something like that, you're kind of stuck with a lock that doesn't work. Or you just keep one of your ignition keys and you're fine. So I mean, it's not really the end of the world. They're not unusable if you have a spare ignition key. But with that being said, some cars' ignition keys, like to keep one or buy a spare, is very expensive. So sometimes it's almost worth just buying new bolt locks. That's the padlock. I've already programmed it. I want to show you, I'm going to go through 3 of them here today. We have the padlock. This one right here is the receiver lock, and you can basically see on the picture, it's just going to go on your hitch receiver there, and it will lock that on there so nobody can take it off and take your trailer or whatever you have on the back there, a bike rack, anything like that. It's pretty clever. And then the last one I'm going to do on this video is the cable lock, and we all know what a cable lock is for. I mean, various things to secure cargo, anything like that. I'm going to show you this one as well with the programming on it here. So let me open up the receiver lock and I'll kind of show you how it works. Now, as you can see on this package, has worked with most early model Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. What I did was I told them what kind of car I had, and then from there they sent me what I need. So what you do on these is, this is a pretty standard pin for a receiver hitch. You put that through, and then this goes on the other end. Now normally you'd have like a pin on there to hold the pin, like a little clip or something, but this is going to make it a secure setup, and it's pretty weatherproof. You look, I mean, they've even got the goo inside there. I don't know if that'll show up, but pretty legit. I mean, this is a heavy piece, and so is this one. This stuff isn't cheap, and it isn't flimsy. All of them have this sticker on there. It says, warning, do not remove until ready to code. Only insert key intended for everyday use. So basically it's saying don't make a mistake and program it with your buddy's key, because it's not something you can undo. So you peel that off of there. There's like this black plastic piece. Of course, every time I film a video I feel like I just clip my nails. I'm sure it looks fine, but it kind of doesn't allow me to tear at these things like you would be able to. Alright, so as I was saying, you tear this off. Sorry, I had to cut there. I couldn't tear it off. It's literally the flimsiest piece of rubber ever, and my lack of fingernails, I couldn't grip it. So from there you have just a key slot. Pretty heavy duty. It's weatherproof. It's stainless steel. It's not gonna weather or anything like that. It's very good stuff. I mean, it's very nice. I almost wish you could feel this in your hand, because even in the package, it felt fine. I'll say it's not like the package felt light or anything, but it wasn't until you have it in your hand with this like rubber body, and it just feels nice, if that makes sense. So you take your key. This is once again my Trailblazer key. Insert it into there, and it basically says, which there's simple instructions on the back, rotate key clockwise until it stops. So let's go ahead and do it. And that's it. You felt some cracking in there, and so now works with only my key. So let's try it here and see. So this would go through your hitch, your receiver. Move this out of the way. Slide this on here. So that's fully on there. If you imagine that in your car, on the back there. Front, I guess, if you have a front hitch. Put your key in. And that's it. Comes right off. Very tight fit though. It's not an easy. I mean, there's a very tight tolerance in there, and I can see I've already got the goop from the pre-lubricated lock on my key, and then you have this weatherproof cap that goes on there like that. So pretty neat setup. You just push it on there, clicks on, and you're locked in. So nice thing to have in the back of the car, especially if you imagine like my Trailblazer, I have that little cubby back there. This will always work with my ignition key. I can always keep it back there in this car, and really, if you're really being nice, you could just leave it with the car if you ever sell it someday, because it's kind of now a matched set for your vehicle key. Alright, let's move on to the cable lock now. So the final bolt lock I'm going to be showing you on this video, this is the cable lock. It's a 6-foot long coiled cable. You know, I imagine this could work on just about anything you need to lock up and secure. It could be a bike to something. It could, I mean, anything that you're locking up near your car or with your car or anything, it would be useful. Once again, only one key. You don't have to, remember a code or anything like that. It's pretty clever. So the bolt lock unit itself is separate from the cable. I like that because I'm guessing, since the company seems pretty legit with like discounting replacements, you might be able to buy separately someday just the cylinder. And what's interesting, the cylinder on this is identical, which it looks to be identical to the lock cylinder on the receiver lock. So you got that going on. That's kind of cool. If you're really crazy, you wanted to plan this out, and they did work together, which they look like they do. Say you did have two cars. I mean, you could program one for one car, one for the other, and you can swap them as needed. So pretty clever there. All right, once again, but same construction, looks identical. I've pre-peeled everything off this time, so it's not a complete disaster, me trying to use my lack of nails. Key goes in. Let's see if we can hear this. I'll hold it pretty close here this time. That's it. So you basically turn it. It kind of goes through, feels like two sets of say resistances, like you're kind of like, you know, you hit them and then you just keep turning until it stops. So now it's an automatic spring lock, as you can see, so you don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally leaving it unlocked. Once you pull the key out, it's locked. So then you have your cable lock here, which you can uncoil. It goes to 6 feet, and if you have it all set up, it just goes right into there, fully secure. And I mean, you would basically string all this around something, and then you'd have your cable through there like so. Pretty simple. And then to undo it, it is brand new, so it's all very tight stuff. Turn my key and pull it right off, so you can see the goop on there and the different little pieces, parts, because it's new. But as you use it, it's going to become a little bit easier and freer to use on there. So now what I have here, if you can keep up with me here on all this, I have 3 separate locks now, all programmed with the same key. Very cool. That's just so awesome. Like, it's all universal now, so I can take this and throw it right in the trunk of my car if I want to haul them around. I use them every day, whatever. They're gonna be just right there for me to use without fumbling for a new key or anything like that, because we know that's a pain. You got enough keys on your key ring as is. This allows you to have one less. Alright, so as I said, I'll put links below for all this stuff so you can get it. You do have to pick what your make and model is, though, so don't, you know, pick GM, because I linked to late GM, early GM. I mean, if you have a Nissan, a Toyota, a Ford, make sure you pick the right key. The Padlock's about $20. The receiver lock, that's about $29. And the cable lock, that's like about $35. So a little bit, this is the most expensive one, but you're getting the most. You know, you're looking at the flexibility, the convenience of this. I mean, it's going to cost you more than, say, like a master lock at you know, Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, Menards. But I mean, it's so cool. It works right with your key. Next video, I'm gonna shoot this, but I'm trying to separate them so you can kind of get an idea for the different products here they make. These are more trailer related, so I'm gonna kind of put them into sort of a trailer type thing. This would be your coupler lock for your trailer, so you put it through so people can't lift off the receipt, you know, the coupler, so it's totally locked onto there. So if you follow the whole way back, you're locking your hitch to your receiver, locking your coupler on your car. It's not coming off. Coupler pin lock, and then this is the pretty cool one here. This one is legit and heavy and a pretty big kit. This goes on your boat trailer. I'll show you kind of a picture here. Goes on your boat trailer when it's sitting off your car. It makes it so somebody can't hitch up to your boat and take the trailer or your boat on the trailer. Just, you know, it's a security measure. If you're, say, parking your boat, your trailer, your boat, you know, somewhere, you don't want somebody to mess with it. This is definitely a good security measure. So these will be on another video here coming up very soon. But all right, so boltlock.com is the website. I'll put a link below to them, where to buy this stuff. And rubbercitymotoring.com is where I'm located. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this stuff. Let me know what you think of this. If you buy one, you know, tell us what you did with it, because it's pretty cool stuff. So take a look at them, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Got more to come on the Impala. Got more to come in the garage. Lots of good stuff. So, all right. See you next time.